Welcome to Guitar String Theory. My name is Mauro and today we're going to learn all about alternate picking. Alternate picking is one of the key techniques you need to grasp in order to get your foot into intermediate guitar playing. So today we're going to learn about the mechanics behind alternate picking, why we use it. Then we'll perform a few exercises to help you get started with it. We'll address some of the issues and roadblocks you may encounter. And finally, we'll perform a small etude to help you advance further with it. Enjoy! Okay, so what is alternate picking? Alternate picking consists of using your pick in upward and downward motions, one of each at all times. Up until this point, you probably were using just upward motions or just downward motions, doesn't matter. We probably need to change that. The reason is simple. If we're doing only downward motions, for instance, like so, and we take a closer look at what the right hand is doing, this is what's happening. We're doing a downward motion, picking, then an upward motion where we don't pick, and then a downward motion again. If we were to take advantage of that upward motion, we could play twice as fast with half the effort. This is what makes alternate picking one of the most popular techniques out there. And along with sweep picking, hybrid picking, economy picking, it is what will get your guitar playing into the next level. So let's check out some exercises to develop this technique. Okay, in this first exercise we're going to perform a basic 4-note chromatic pattern. The idea here is to just get your left hand fingers coordinated with your pick. The motion of the pick should always be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, etc. And you should also start this exercise and all others with an upstroke. The reason behind this is so that in the future, no matter what happens, you'll be able to pick. Here's the example. Okay, in this next exercise we're going to play the C major scale in the 7th position using alternate picking. Now, the 7th position of the C major scale has 3 or 2 notes per string instead of 4, so this will be a tricky one. You'll be forced to start some strings with a downstroke and some strings with an upstroke. Keep this in mind. Also, once again, make sure you practice the exercise starting with a downstroke and starting with an upstroke. Here's the example. Okay, in our final exercise for today, we're going to combine some alternate picking with string skipping. This is one of the most challenging things that you will encounter using alternate picking. So make sure your right hand is always doing the correct down, up, down, up, down, up motion, or up, down, up, down, up, down if you started with an upstroke. Here's the example. finally, make sure you practice these exercises with a metronome. Start slow and master the exercise there. Once you've got it down, increase the tempo by 3 or 4 BPMs. Once again, practice the exercise there, and once you've got it perfect, increase the tempo again, and so on. With regular practice, you will find yourself playing fast sooner than you expect. Okay, so you've tried alternate picking, but there are a few annoyances. Let's see how we can overcome them. First, there's the picking inside of a string issue. You may or may not have experienced this. This is what happens when you're picking between two adjacent strings with alternate picking. So for instance, in the second string with a downstroke and the third string with an upstroke. This will give you the feeling that the pick is trapped between those two strings. Now, there are two possible solutions for this. The first one is to get your pick closer to the tip of your fingers. And the second one, which is the ideal one, is to reverse your picking order. So if you were starting with a downstroke, start with an upstroke. So an upstroke on the second string and a downstroke on the third string. This will cause the pick to go from outside the strings instead of from the inside, and you will find it gets much more comfortable. The other problem you may experience is inaccuracy, especially when skipping strings. Your right hand does not remember where the strings are, and you frequently miss. This is normal, and the only way to solve this is with a pivot point. Every guitar player has a different pivot point on the guitar where they rest their right hand in order to find the strings quickly. You should take a look at your favorite guitar players to see what they're doing with their right hands. For me, I just use the 3 bottom strings to rest my hand while I'm playing on the top strings, and this helps me mute the 3 bottom strings while I'm doing alternate picking on the top strings. And when I have to do alternate picking on the bottom strings, I just move my hand back into the bridge and use that as a pivot point. You should pick one pivot point that is comfortable for you, and you should stick with it throughout all the exercises. Okay, so we've learned a few exercises to develop the alternate picking technique, and we've addressed some of the issues and roadblocks. So it's time for a little etude. This etude will help you master the alternate picking technique. As always, if there's any questions or comments, please be sure to post them on the forums, and there's a PDF file right below with the etude and the exercises that we've just played. I'm going to play this lesson out with the etude. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.